When you think of the richest places in America, you're probably thinking of New York City, Hollywood, Miami, Silicon Valley, Chicago, Houston. But which one takes the title of the richest county in the United States? That answer might actually surprise you, because it isn't hard to understand why we associate these areas with wealth. I mean, after all, New York City is known around the world for finance and fashion. Miami for ports and tourism. Chicago is still king when it comes to a lot of manufacturing. Houston, all kinds of oil and gas money. Hollywood, massive entertainment industry. And then of course, Silicon Valley for technology. But guess what? When it comes to the question of the richest area in the United States, which one of these gets there? Turns out it's none of them. In fact, the top 3 spots belong to Loudoun, Howard, and Fairfax counties. Now, what do these have in common? Well, they all surround Washington, D.C. And they're not alone either. In fact, out of the top 20 richest counties in America, nearly half of them are tucked in nice and close to the capital. And if that sounds just a little bit Hunger Games-esque to you, well, maybe it should, because there are some similarities. Because just like all of the previous cities are known for something, Washington, D.C. is also known for producing something. Namely, rules, regulations, red tape, and taxes. In short, they're the guys with the guns. And unlike the other richest counties in America, many of which are associated with producing something of value that people have to voluntarily purchase, Washington doesn't have to convince you to buy what they're selling. They can force you. And it turns out there's a lot of money to be made in helping rent-seeking interest groups, companies, and other well-connected entities in their attempt to get a bigger place at the government trough. And believe me, many a mansion around Loudoun, Fairfax, Arlington, Alexandria, Montgomery, and Howard have been purchased by providing insight into the game of political pull. If the main product coming out of DC is coercion, then the supporting industry is providing access to the people who wield it. Because as P.J. O'Rourke said, when you put politicians in control of buying and selling, the first thing to be bought and sold will be politicians. So the next time someone tells you how worried you should be about the dangers of greedy people manipulating a capitalistic system, which ultimately still requires people to engage in voluntary transaction, maybe you should point out that a system where wealth is determined by how good you are at pulling the strings in Washington, D.C. is actually far more terrifying. Because ultimately, there are actually a lot of people who seem very comfortable with using violence to get what they want. And the crazy part is, they don't even realize it. I'm Nick Freitas with the Y Minutes, where we challenge the popular narratives of our time. Visit our channel to subscribe and leave a comment on what topic you'd like to see us cover next, and we'll see you next time.